What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 95 of my money making guide here in Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. And you're probably wondering, where the heck am I now? Well, I'm on my Konsatka. Now, what is that? That is a submarine that you can buy if you go to Warstock Cash and Carry. I'll show you exactly where it is. So if you head over to Warstock Cash and Carry, it's right here. It's the Konsatka. This is a pretty expensive submarine. I have no idea how expensive it is, but it's really expensive. And you can click on it, you can renovate its color, you can give it a flag, sonar station, guided missiles, weapon workshop, a moon pool of vehicles, which you can have a Sparrow, which is a helicopter, and the Avija is a mini sub. And the reason to buy this submarine is for the heist that you can do that goes along with it, which is Cayo Perico. And I had mentioned this in my other video, that after I was done with the salvage yard robberies, I was going to do the Cayo Perico Heist. And you do them through this guy, your submarine captain, Pavel. And you're going to be seeing Pavel later too, because I think he's also in a different DLC. But yeah. So Cayo Perico is a pretty hard heist, at least for me. It's got a lot of setups you got to do, and then the finale takes place on the island of Cayo Perico, where you'll have to steal a main target, and then you can steal some secondary targets if you want. And those secondary targets will either be money or illicit product or some other stuff. I can't remember what. And so basically the setups are basically to scope out the island, find where the primary target is, find where the secondary targets are, find any equipment that you need to pull it off, and then the finale's getting the stuff. And the primary target will change each week. So it might be like a painting, it could be a priceless statue, something like that. I have no idea what it is this week, so that's what we're going to find out. But in this video, we're just going to do some of the setup missions.
I think Mr. Rubio must be missing us, yes? Shall we see how he is getting on?
And so you want to click on this screen over here. This is where you'll see Cayo Perico. And now this heist has a setup cost of $100,000, which you'd seem is a lot of money, but you make so much money doing this heist that it doesn't really even matter. So now you can go to the screen, and this is pretty confusing, but I'll walk you through it.
We'll use the same approach for reconnaissance this time. Smuggler plane. And of course, we still have information from our previous visits. How shall we torment Mr. Rubio now, huh?
Okay, so here's what we got. We can gather intel. We can scope out secondary targets. We can scope out infiltration points. We can scope out escape points, which I already have technically. You can scope out compound entry points, and you can scope out points of interest. So I think if you click on it, here are all of the different infiltration points. You can infiltrate from the airstrip. You can perform a halo jump to get in. You can infiltrate from the west beach, the main dock, the north dock, the north drop zone, the south drop zone, or the drainage tunnel. So you'll have to select one of those infiltration points when you actually pull off the heist. And I've already scoped them all out. Then you're going to have to find a way off the island after you're done. So you can go from the airstrip, the main dock, the north dock, or you can leave through your Konsatka sub. And you'll also have to pick a escape point in the final screen as well. Then you have your compound entry points. You'll have to choose how to get into the compound. You can get in through the main gate, the north wall, the north gate, the south wall, the south gate, or the drainage tunnel, but you can't use the same way twice. Like, let's say you complete Cayo Perico and you go in through the drainage tunnel. Well, the next time you do it, you won't be able to do that, at least not right away. I think maybe eventually you can, but you know, they'll be on to you if you pull off the same way twice. And then you can scope out points of interest. So I've only scoped out 2 of 6 points of interest. So the only points of interest I have are the power station and the control tower. And how you scope out points of interest is you have to actually go to Cayo Perico and physically walk around and scope everything out, but I don't really need to do that. So I guess, do we need let's look at the secondary targets. I don't have any secondary targets at the moment, so I guess we have to gather intel. We gotta find the primary target on Cayo Perico. Before we can do anything else, we have to find where the primary target is, and while we're finding the primary target, we can scope out any secondary targets, and maybe we'll find some more points of interest, but I don't actually know where any of them are. And then that's it. Once we do that, then we'll have to do all the other setups before we can do the finale. So let's gather intel. Go to Polito Cove. Find the primary target. Alright. So now we can get into my little Sparrow helicopter here. And this might be the only thing we get done in this video, is scoping out any secondary targets and finding the primary target. And then we could do the other setups once we actually have them available. But we can't do that till we get the primary target.
Again, you know, in Russia we have say, heaven is place where you can drink same glass of vodka twice, huh? How many times is it now, Capitan? I have lost count. We use our usual reconnaissance approach, smuggler plane. I have one already located. On your GPS now.
Yeah, so how we're getting on to Cayo Perico is we're basically going to just board a smuggler plane and we'll land at the airstrip, and then you just have to just walk around and try not to get seen by guards. You don't have access to any of your guns, so you have to just basically just walk around, don't let any guards see you, and just scope the place out. So I'm going to start by scoping out some of the secondary targets, which there are some at the airstrip that we're going to be landing at, and then the primary target is going to be in the compound. So we're going to have to find a way into the compound to figure out what the primary target is. Now, we're not actually going to have to go into the compound. We can actually look at the security footage. That's what that one point of interest was. Remember, there was that watchtower? If we look at the security cameras from the watchtower, we'll be able to go through all of those security cameras, and that will actually tell us what the primary target is. That's not that hard. And once we do that, that's probably all I'm going to be able to do in this video. So, and really, there are a lot of secondary targets on the island, but if you're doing this mission by yourself, which obviously I am, you're only going to be able to get so many of the secondary targets because you can only fill one duffel bag. Once your duffel bag is full, that's all the secondary targets you can get. And then obviously you have to steal the primary target in order to get off the island. So, and the primary target is always going to be in the compound. The secondary targets will there will be some in the compound, but there will also be some throughout the island. Now, I don't usually get the secondary targets in the compound. I usually just get the ones that are at the airstrip, and to get the ones at the airstrip, you are going to need bolt cutters, and that's actually one of the setup missions, is to find bolt cutters. Alright, steal the vellum. Alright, so the reason we're stealing this vellum is because it's going to Cayo Perico. It's a smuggler plane, and so we're going to pretend that we're the smugglers so that we can get onto the island. Otherwise, they're not going to let us there. Alright, that's everybody dead. Now we gotta get in, and we'll. Don't worry, you don't have to actually fly to Cayo Perico. You just have to get in, and then there'll be a cutscene of you flying there. You don't have to actually fly all the way there.
Very good. I have sent you coordinates. Keep south until the air becomes thick with args and profanity. Yeah, there should be clothes on board. You switch on the way, and leave your guns on plane. Remember, drug dealers employ smugglers. They do not trust them.
Whoops.
Guards find you with weapons.
Let's not go out there. I almost broke the plane. This is not a seaplane. Okay, so use the sand as a runway. Oh, I almost broke the plane. Oh, that would have been terrible. Alright, we're good. Once we get to that yellow dot on the map, then it's going to auto fly us there. We don't have to fly there ourselves, because that would take way too long, because Cayo Perico is well off the coast. Alright. This is a long setup just to get to Cayo Perico, but we have to do it, because we have to scope out the primary target. Which sucks. Every single time you pull off this heist, you have to redo all the minor things. Just like we had to do with the salvage yard robberies. When I was doing those, I had to redo all the setups, even though I'd already done them. But those are easy. The setups for the salvage yard robberies are super easy. These can get a little tricky, because like I said, you don't have access to any of your guns while you're on Cayo Perico until you get to the finale. So you just cannot be seen by any of the guards, because if you're seen by any of the guards, they kick you off the island. And then you have to come all the way back. And it's time consuming. So hopefully I don't get seen. But yeah, I'm gonna have to really think this through. But luckily I don't have to actually go to the compound. I can just go to that watchtower and hack into the security footage. So that'll at least be easy. Damn, dude, where am I going? Way out there. So why is the Vellum way at the north end of the map if I had to come all the way to the south end of the map to get to Cayo Perico? Why couldn't you just have parked this Vellum at LSIA? Come on. The other thing is, do I have the smuggler's gear on now? Because I need to disguise myself as a smuggler. I can't be dressed as myself, so I think I might be dressed as a smuggler now, but I don't know. And you probably heard Pavel say at the beginning of this, like, how many times have you done this now, boss? And to be honest with you, I think this is only going to be my third time ever doing this heist. I don't like doing it because it's time consuming, although you can make a lot of money doing it. I just hate how long it takes to get to the finale, and then the finale itself is pretty hard. Like, really hard, because you don't have access to your own guns. You have to use guns that you acquire through one of the setup missions, so you don't get your full loadout. So getting into the compound is the hardest part, and even getting out of the compound can be pretty hard too. But I'm not sure how I'm gonna exit. I usually exit through the airstrip, but I might actually exit through my Kasatka, because I don't usually do that. I should probably do that, but I don't know how I'm going to get onto the island either, because I usually get on the island through the airstrip, but maybe this time I could get on a different way. I don't know. I should probably pick a way that's going to be closest to the compound, so because it's pretty far away from the airstrip. But that's all stuff I'm going to have to figure out on the planning screen once I scope out the island. So as you can see, now it's a cutscene, and we're just gonna auto land, and then we'll get greeted by some guards, and they'll be like, "Hey, I guess you're here." And then just don't be seen by anybody else.
Why can't you assholes be on time for once, eh? Arms out, let's go.
Well, I would be on time, but
Okay.
that Vellum is
Wait
pretty
over there.
slow.
They will bring it soon.
Bring what
Go
soon?
on.
How are there still guards left? I've completed this
Once you
heist
leave the airstrip,
twice.
do not let the guards get a good look at you. The disguise is not perfect. They see you clearly while you're in the wrong place. They will put two and two together and make bullet, yes?
Alright, let's go stand over here for a second while I show you the island. Because I don't think anybody's going to come this way. So here's the island. Obviously, here's the airstrip. Here's a possible point of interest. Oh, that's a buried stash. Oh. And there's the other buried stash. There's where we need to go. That's our destination. That's pretty far away. I gotta go all the way over there? I thought there was a tower like right here. Man, that's far away. But anyway, here's the compound right here. That's where the primary target's gonna be, and it's way over on the other side. So you want to make your infiltration point as close to this as possible, and you want to make your exit point as close to this as possible, so you don't have to go walking all the way over here, because as you can see, there's a whole lot of people between you and the compound. So, but I don't have access to any of my guns, and I gotta make it all the way over there. But first, I'm gonna scope out some secondary targets. And also, are there any bolt cutters around? Can I actually take bolt cutters, or do I have to wait until I actually have to do them? Let's see what we got. I don't remember anything about this island because I have not been here in a long time, but I sort of know my way around. Oh, it's this. Here's some bolt cutters. I don't think I can actually do this because I'm not scoping the island, but can I take a picture of these bolt cutters? Send to Pavel. Oh, oops. I forgot to send it to Pavel. Hold on, take it again. Send to Pavel. Oh, I have to actually go to Pavel. Where is he? Right there. Okay.
Bolt cutters. If there are locks to get through quietly, these will be your friend. I will note location now.
Alright, cool. So now we have that on our map. So when we come to the island in the finale, we'll know where those bolt cutters are, and we can use those to get any secondary targets that we might find. So before we go to that destination, to get to the communications tower, I'm going to go scope out some secondary targets. And one of them is actually located in this hangar over here. And this is probably the only secondary target we're going to take. Because, I mean, I can only fill up so much. So you just want to come in here, and then it's back here. So you see this little cage here? Is there anything in here? I don't see anything. Let's go try some of these other cages. Nope, there's nothing up there. Is there nothing in here? Let's get my camera out and see if I can see anything. I don't see anything there. I just see nothing. Usually there's a secondary target in here. I guess the secondary targets might change every now and again. Because there's nothing in here. There's usually something there, but there's nothing there. And then technically there's this office up here, but I don't think you can get inside. Well, that's one place where a secondary target will be. Usually on those tables, there'll be like cash or something, but there's nothing on it now. So we're going to have to search a different place. See if I can remember where another possible secondary target might be. Oh, there's another communications tower over there. What is this? Oh yeah, I think this tower is important because I think if you want to exit through the airstrip, you gotta deactivate the air defenses at this tower before you can leave. Otherwise, they'll like shoot you down. I can't remember where that is though. Can't go in. I think it's this thing. It's this thing right here. Can I take a picture of this? No. Yeah, that tower is important for deactivating their air defense. Are there other secondary targets at this airstrip? I think there are. Otherwise, I'm going to have to find a secondary target. Usually that hangar is the best place to go. But it's not here. It's not good. There's got to be another shack over here with some money and stuff in it. Uh-oh. What about... Nope, that's just some guys sitting down. Oh, what about in here? What is... Is that a camera? Yeah, that's a camera. I can't get past that camera unless I go around. What way is that camera pointing? Literally, it's pointing at the place I want to go. Where is the camera? Is it in the room? Or is it behind the room? Oh, it's behind me. Well, who cares? I'm just walking in here. What are they gonna do? This is where... Oh, I do see some secondary targets in here, I think. Is that a secondary target? It is. There's money. Yes. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but that's something. I'll send that to Pavel. Alright, we got a secondary target of cash. Alright, cool. So now that's marked on the map. Now we can go get the primary target. So I don't know if there's any other secondary targets at this airstrip besides that hangar and right there. So now how the heck are we getting to that communications tower? We could take this car and drive there, but they're gonna see us. And we gotta go all the way over there. That is gonna be hard without guns. El Rubio's guards will hear the engine noise of the vehicle. Yeah, probably not a good idea then. I will also warn you, there are mines on this island, so I wouldn't go off-road. I don't know why I am, but I just want to scope this place out. How far away do I need to go? Sometimes when I try doing this heist, I'll like try and swim around, but there really isn't a place to get back to shore. So it doesn't really work. Oh look, I can actually go right around because I can go to here and then make it to this water. And then I could go like around here, through here, and make it to there. Although this map doesn't really show the topography, so I have no idea if there's mountain there. There's some weird little hut. No secondary target in there. What's this? There's a dock over here. Sometimes there could be stuff on this dock. Is this dock like a point of interest? Oh, it is. This dock's a point of interest.
Fishing jetty. Very picturesque. You put the sepia filter on this photo, upload to Snapmatic with hashtag authenticity, you're on the road to fame, my friend.
Sure. I don't know if that was a point of interest, because it would have said if it was. But that could be a entry point, maybe. Okay. Making our way around. Surprisingly, there's no guards out here, so I'm just running around. The problem is, how do I get back to the airstrip after I make it out here? That I don't know. Oh crap, oh, this is where the party is. I've made it to the party. I don't want to be here. How do I get around the party? I don't want to be at the party. I gotta go around the party. Go this way. Ugh. Yes, okay. Stick to off-road, because all the guards are on the road, so if you stick to off-road, they won't see you as much. We're almost to the watchtower, I think. Are we? We're about halfway. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is okay, we're gonna have to go through here. And then make it over here, then go through here, then go over here, and then go that way. Yep. I wish I had access to my guns. That's why I don't do this heist that much, because I just don't like the fact that I don't have access to any of my weapons. Crap. There's a cliff here. Well, it's not a problem that I can't fix. Am I close to that thing I need? No, I'm on the opposite side. It's not helpful. How do I get over there then? That is not the right side to be on. I gotta be on the opposite side if I want to get to that dock area. How do I get over there? There's guards right here, and I have to get through them. Oh boy! No, 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 no. How did he not see me? How did he not see me? I hate that guy because he freaking looks around everywhere. If I get past him, I'm home free. Look away. Run! Run! Okay. Now what? Oh, I've made it to a fence. I'm on the other side of them, though. I need to go this way. Crap. I've headed into a place I probably shouldn't be. How do I get in there? Oh boy.
Hey, you can't be here.
Shoot. Why did they have to make the communications tower way over there? Oh.
Remember, you are not celebrity this time. You are smuggler. Smuggler is disposable if caught in wrong place too many times.
Can I swim there? Like if I go here and swim to here, does that work? But if I do, I have to get to here. So what direction is that? It's this way. Okay. That's the only way I can think of, is I gotta swim there. I mean, how else are you supposed to do it? There's literally no clear path to the communications tower unless you swim there. You can't not swim there. Not that I know of. If you could have access to your own guns, it would be a lot easier. But without access to my own guns, I have to swim there. But that means I have to watch out for that boat. And I have no idea where that boat is. Swim, Joker, swim. I have to at least find the primary target in this video. Unless I have to split this into 2 parts. I mean, all I did was find a secondary target and get onto the island. I have to at least find the primary target. Okay. Oh, we're back to the jetty, so I literally could have just gone this way. Because literally, if I swim around here and get into here, I just have to go here and we're there. I don't have access to my rebreathers, though, so we're going to have to go up for air occasionally and hope that I don't get seen by that boat, because I have no idea where the boat is. Are we heading in the right direction? Kind of. Ow. Don't do that. Yes, I think, yes, this looks right. Okay. Oh, shoot. I'm at the party. I don't want to be at the party. We gotta go around the party. How come there's nobody at the party? Usually that party's going on like all the time. I don't even see anybody there. It's weird. Don't you see me, boat? Don't undo my work. No. Don't see me. Go underwater. Thank you. Can't be seen by that boat. Should have done this the first time instead of wasting my time trying to go there the island way. The swimming way is the only way to go. But I will caution you on the swimming route. You can't get to land all the way around because it's cliffs everywhere and you can't climb the cliffs. You can only get to it from this place I'm going to. This thing right here, this is the only way. Like if I go through here, I don't know what this is. Like I don't know if this is mountain or if this is land. If it's land, we're good. If it's mountain, then we're gonna have to like go through here and then 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 maybe go through here and loop around. But hopefully it's not mountain. Hopefully I could just go right through. Ugh. In fact, there might be another secondary target over here, potentially. If that's the case, that would be good. Joker, stop it. Get on land. Okay, we're good. The heck is this? What is this? Nope, nothing. Alright, now what? Doesn't look like it's mountain. It looks like I can go this way. I think. Get up. Alright, pause. So go this way. Okay. Let's make it to the tower. Ugh. Run. I think we're home free. Ugh. It's just this way. I think, let's take a pause again. Yep. Oh yes, we're almost there. Yes, the water was the way to go. I could see the communications tower. It's right there. Come on. We got this. There's nobody here. They didn't think we'd come this way. Well, they obviously don't know me. Ugh. What is this? It's like a bear trap. Don't go in that. Definitely don't go in there. Okay. Yes, there's the tower. Run. Up the hill. Through the hill. Or up. What is it? Through the... Over the hill. Over the hill and through the woods to the communications tower. We made it. If I could just scope out this primary target, we can end this part, then we can do all the real setups in the next part. We made it here. There shouldn't be anyone guarding this, because they don't think you're going to make it this far.
They may have moved the signal box this time. Could be up on the tower. Could be ground floor.
Yeah, that's true. Oh boy. How do I get in? Let me in. I don't want to be seen again. I've made it all the way up here. Oops, I'm breaking the trees. Here we go. We're in. Okay, where's this communications box? Let's try up the tower. No, climb the ladder. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Yes, it is on the ground floor. Oh, we gotta do this again. Let's try that. Let's try that. Nope, that ain't it. Yep. Nope. I hate this, man. Nope. There we go. Alright, we got it. We're in. Now let's search for that primary target.
Okay, I have access. The app is on your phone. Let us take a look.
So we want to go to Sightseer, and that's how we'll get into the cameras. Then we just have to search around the cameras until we find the primary target. That's all we gotta do.
Let's have a look in the vault room, in the basement.
Alright, so you want to switch cameras with the D-pad. You want to click right and left on the D-pad to switch cameras. There's a panther. There's the outside. We gotta get all the way to the... Oh, here we go. Basement. Oh!
In the display
It's a
case,
ruby.
diamond.
It's
Is
a
it
pink diamond.
Pink diamond must be more valuable than regular diamond, yes? Getting through the case will be a challenge. Use the wrong tool and you destroy what is inside. I will do some research.
Okay, so that's all we have to do. So it's the Pink Panther diamond. Not really. I mean, that's just a movie. But it's kind of the Pink Panther diamond. Continue scoping the island or return to Los Santos. Well, shoot. Should I just get spotted by a guard? Because if I get spotted by a guard, they'll just take me back to the thing. Because I don't want to have to go all the way back there. You know how long it took me to get here? I gotta go all the way back the way I came. Alright, go back the way I came. We gotta get back to my plane. Ow. Return to the plane when you're ready to return to Los Santos. I'm ready to go, but like the plane's on the other end of the island. Well, I can use this water tower as a landmark, because that's how I got to the watchtower. Wandering through the woods. Oh, I think this is my first time getting the diamond, though. I think the other times I did this heist, it was like artwork and maybe a giant panther statue. This is the first time I'm taking a diamond. I'll take that. Okay. I really don't remember how to get back, but once we get into the water, I should be fine. Run! Don't get seen. Or do get seen. I don't know if I get seen too many times, it might kick me off the island, but does that fail the mission? Because I've already scoped out the thing? Like, I don't know. Ow! Okay. So now I just gotta swim back to the airfield, which is actually straight ahead. Okay, I can do that. Now you're probably wondering about those question marks on the map, those hidden caches. I might do that in a different video after I finish Cayo Perico before I move on to some of the other money-making opportunities, but we'll see. I obviously don't want to do it in this video because, you know, this was just scoping out the island. And really all I did was I found one secondary target and then I found the primary target. That's all I did. But I mean, you see how long it takes you to get there. You gotta walk there. If you get seen, you fail. And if you get seen too many times, they kick you off the island. I was lucky I wasn't kicked off the island. Uh-oh. Was that a boat? I don't know if that was a boat, but if it was a boat, please don't see me, Mr. Boat. We're almost back, I think. Let's see. Yeah, kinda. We're kinda almost back. It's gonna be a long part for hardly doing anything, but now that we have the primary target, in the next part I can actually do the main setups. It's just you have to scope out the primary target first or it won't let you do anything. Hurry up, Joker. Am I almost there? No, I gotta go around this rock first. Dang it. This is the only way I know how to get around the island is by swimming there. I don't know how to get there otherwise. Stupid lag. I'm sure other people are like, I know how to get around. Well, I'm not you. Crap, boat. Don't see me. Don't you dare see me, Mr. Boat. Get under the water. Oh shoot, you see that? Yep, those are mines. Let's avoid those. That's why getting on the island with our Kansatka is not going to be that easy to do, because these mines could blow up our submarine, and they're everywhere out here. This guy, Mr. Rubio, whoever he is, this guy has like the best security of all time. And he just owns this whole island for whatever reason. Oh, shoot, I'm gonna drown. I'm gonna drown. No, 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 no. Come on. Damn it. I didn't know you could die. Now what happens? Oh, I'm back. Well, why didn't I just do that then? That would have saved me time. I should have just died, damn it. That's one way to get back, is drown. I wonder if anyone's ever done that. They're just on Cayo Perico and they just drown. That's the easiest way to get back. That won't work in the finale, though. The finale's not going to spawn you back where your helicopter is or whatever. And unfortunately for the finale, you have team lives. So if you die, you start at the last checkpoint. And so the first time I did this heist, I had to redo it a ton of times. Alright. Intel complete. Successfully gathered intel on Cayo Perico. Yeah, yay. Okay, check your phone for details, blah blah. So now Pavel will probably tell us that we're ready to go.
Okay, we have our heading. Head back to the sub, and we will get the engine fired up. You can always go back to the island, too. You can never be too familiar.
Alright, so that's about all we're going to be able to do in this part. We at least scoped out the primary target and the secondary target. We know what we're looking for. We got some cash. We got the main objective, which is that pink diamond. Now we got to do all the setups required to get to the island. We got to gather all of our things we need. Equipment, guns, whatever we need. So, and we'll figure all that out next time. In the meantime, that'll do it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you're new by hitting that subscribe button. I'm currently at 484 subscribers, and with your help, we can get that to 500 and beyond. And once you've subscribed, click that notification bell, set it to all notifications so you don't miss a single video. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.